Hey all, Hyuga here. So if you like battleships and you are a battleship player, or if you just, occasionally like to dabble in battleships, then this is one premium ship that you just absolutely have to have. Hyuga, it's a tier 5 Japanese battleship, and it's very similar to Fuso, except well, it looks similar, but the armor is much better, and the guns are much more accurate, like a lot more accurate, and you also get a reload boost on the ship. So I guess you can imagine that this is one very good battleship, and I will say that tier for tier, this is probably the best battleship in the game, because you are at tier 5, and much of the time you're facing tier 4 ships like Omahas and stuff like that, and it doesn't really matter what you're facing here. Nothing is really a threat in this ship here because it's just so powerful. And if you haven't bought any premium ships, that was ridiculous salvo there. If you haven't bought any premium ships in this game ever, and you don't want to or whatever, like, I think if there's one premium ship you should buy, especially if you like battleships, this is the one, because it's just head and shoulders above everything else at the tier. It's so good that I don't understand why it hasn't been nerfed yet, to be honest, because I do better in Hyuga down here at tier 5 than I do in Yamato at legendary tier. Like, this ship on average does more damage per game than my Yamato does at the legendary tier. More than 100,000 damage. And average kills are also way higher. And I attribute that to the fact that down here at tier 5 and tier 4, the players aren't that experienced. And if you're a good player and you get access to, let's just say, slightly overpowered ship like this down here at this tier, you're going to absolutely just ruin the enemy teams. It's pretty much as simple as that. So add to the fact that the ship is already slightly overpowered in my opinion, and add to that you're an experienced player and you have your commanders at a high level, if not, well, perhaps you even have them maxed, and perhaps even your inspirations as well maxed. So that means you're going to have an extremely powerful ship with an extremely powerful commander down at the middle tiers. Yeah. I guess you can see where I'm going here. If you want to up your average kills or whatever average damage, like, this is a very good ship to do it in, because you're going to be picking off people who haven't played this ship for very long, and I wouldn't say it's unfair, because this is tier 5. I mean, it's probably the last tier before you step into like the real do or die world of warships. But it's also not seal clubbing. Like, seal clubbing is tier 4 down, in my opinion. There is, yeah, maybe tier 5, I don't know, but I don't think it's pure seal clubbing. Seal clubbing is playing tier 3 or tier 4 in a, one of the more powerful ships down there with a powerful commander. Tier 5, you will meet, experienced players as well, but because you then have like the nastiest ship at the tier, there's not much they can do either. So it's just a great ship, yeah. And like I said, if I have to say, go buy one premium in the game, this will be it. So I said that I don't understand why this ship hasn't been nerfed yet, because like, it is doing well. Apparently, I've been asking Wargaming, and they say that it's doing well, but it's not like nothing out of the ordinary. I just find that weird when I myself am doing like way better in this ship than, well, pretty much any other ship in the game, I guess. So perhaps it's just me, but I know also some of the other CCs agree that this is a powerful ship, and especially the the gun reload, the fast consumable you can use there is sometimes that's just almost unfair. It's a great ship, it's good looking, and lots of hit points, lots of armor, lots of guns, lots of turrets, and there's really nothing that this ship can do, really. Of course, like, destroyers are a problem, but that's the same for every other battleship in the game, so I'm not going to hold that against Hyuga. This ship here just really doesn't have any downsides. I think it's all good. There's nothing about it that screams, oh, this is the Achilles heel of it. There's just nothing. It's good at everything, and it makes it, very enjoyable to play, and also very easy to play, because you always have the upper hand in this ship. There's no real, no one can really do anything against you, really. And I mean, for some people that could be fun, and for other people maybe that's a little bit ridiculous. But I'm somewhere in between. If I want to have, if I've had some bad games up at legendary tier, I take out the Hyuga for like 2 or 3 battles, and get 3-4 kills, 150,000 damage each battle, high caliber, all that stuff. And I think, okay, well, it's not me, it's wrong. And then I go back to legendary. I keep wondering what would happen if I had access to put my Azure Lane Dunkirk commander on this battleship here. Of course I can't, because it's a Japanese ship, so I can't put my French commander on. But that would be devastating, I think. Having, the ability to switch instantly from AP to HE in this ship here. Of course you can't do it, this is purely theoretical, but that would be, at least would be interesting to try. Obviously it should not be possible, but it would be an interesting thing to play around with. Perhaps in training rooms it'll be possible, who knows, but we'll have to wait and see. So because it's a tier 5, it's also a fairly inexpensive premium ship, at least relatively, seen. Premium ships are, in general, quite expensive, I think. But if you compare it to a tier 7, then it's tier 5. It's actually affordable in relative terms, again. And I don't see that many Hyugas out there, actually. And it makes me wonder if people just don't understand how powerful the ship is, or they just don't play it, or whatever. So, I mean, sooner or later, the stats of this ship are going to have to peak so much that Wargaming will have to do something about it. So if that's, changing it to the CE version or something like that, but they're going to have to do something, and that's why I would say go out and get this ship before something happens to it, before it gets nerfed in some way, because I can see this ship getting the accuracy toned down, definitely, or the reload extended. But I think Wargaming is at some point going to nerf the accuracy of this ship here, and by a lot. I'll be talking like more than 10%, 10 to 12% is my guess on the dispersion nerf for this ship here, which probably would make it more fair, yes. But if you don't want to, be part of that, of course, I cannot guarantee that Wargaming isn't going to nerf this ship and it's going to apply to this version as well. I don't know. But in my mind, I would make sure I bought it. At least if you have a coupon or something, you can take off 20% of the price. Then it's a steal. It's a bargain, and definitely buy it. So we're getting to the end of the battle here, and I was thinking, oh, I might be able to grab myself a Kraken, but I was too far away from the other 2 ships, so we just have this destroyer left here. And this is obviously a more than secure win, so I'm just going to go for it here and say, well, I'm going to get my 4th kill. It's not a Kraken, but it's close enough. I mean, the DD here has smoked up and blinded himself, so he has no clue that I'm actually approaching him and not running away like most battleships would do. So all I have to do is just wait for him to pop out of the smoke to have a little bit of a look at what's going on, or make a mistake or whatever, do something, and then I will just remove him from this world. And that's all I have to do. And at the same time, I'm capping, so a little bit of extra XP for me here is always good. As you know, I play mostly for XP in this game here, and It's like, you know, 2 birds with 1 stone here. And that's what you want to do. Like, the more things you can do in this game here, like the more diverse you play, the more XP you get. And that's the end of him. And we just get a Confederate there. No, not a Confederate. What is it called? What is it called? It's called the Dreadnought. That's it. So hope you enjoyed this battle here, guys. And I'll see you out there.